All right, today is May 19th, and this is going to be, I always say it's going to be a hard stop at a certain time, but you know that usually doesn't happen. But today it has to be because fam's coming over. It's Sunday, bring the grandkids kind of thing, you know. So playing the ABBA that I am, there will be a hard stop. But you guys all know how we do it here. If I hard stop and I still have donos in the wind, they get made up the next day. And I'm actually thinking of popping back in actually tomorrow. You know, but I'm trying to do this kind of feeling, how does the Friday morning, you know, thing do? And then an evening session and the morning session. So we can get some global folks, people who kind of miss out the times and stuff. So anyhow, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start actually with our makeup donos. I've got 4 that I'm going to run into right now. And let's go ahead and start with Lodestone's Immaculate. You know who you are. He wants a band called To-Mera. And so let's see. And the name of the song is Surrender. Thank you, Lodestone Simulacrum. I'm just going to say Lodestone. Thank you very much for the dono, for everything. Let's check out your music and see what he's bringing into he, she. I'm sorry, I don't know. I had a friend of mine going, you know, you should keep the prefixes, what do you call them? And just call them by, every now and then, just by virtue of being an old fart, I forget this stuff. Let's do this. Let me switch my scene here, and let's go. All right. I suck. Here we go. I knew it was going to be an entrance for something pretty cool. So beautifully abstract. Opening up with the acoustic guitar, getting us into this proggy vibe, and then now rolling back into this. That's a nice chord change. A little sprinkle of macabreness with that organ back there that lifted through that. The meter changes are great, but they're not abrupt, so it's so smooth. Come on. This is crazy. I love it. Little barkiness of the chord change. You hear that little synthy stabby string sound? Do da do da da. It's pretty much how I would put it, Us Snows. What a beautiful step away right here. Genre sandwich. Shadow. At least they go back and forth into this Nightwish vibe. Even if they go way out there in genre, it's almost like their bass. God, I recognize that patch. I just can't remember from what keyboard. You know, I don't know what to. I can't. There's nothing definitive that I could say about the track outside of the fact that it was incredibly well put together. But it was like around the world in a prog jet in like 11 minutes. You know, hitting different spots and different genres and stuff like that. It was just mind numbing. I'd have to listen to this a few times to also see where it's coming from in the album. If this is a concept album or whatever it is. Obviously, I've never heard of the band. It's called To-Mera. And this was released 9 years ago. But it definitely had to be kind of a, like, I guess Dan Registration says it the best way, the kind of journey that it was. That break into the samba vibe, and then going into, like, kind of this Middle Eastern, I guess you want to call it, phase. I'm not looking for the words. I'm not thinking of the word suite, because that's orchestral, but passage, you know. So there has to be a reason for them to have written this like that. So this probably is a track that's somewhere in the middle of an album or something that has a much bigger story, because that's what it, no matter when I started to kind of rinse in something going, I'm going to talk about, they changed it, you know. So I just decided to lay back with you guys and just go, let's just let it do what it's supposed to do. But there were some sections, like I said earlier, there were some times where I felt like wherever their genre home base would have been a little bit more the Dream Theater Nightwish vibe, you know. But there was a big mosh of stuff going on there. And Lone Stone, thank you so much for dropping that on us. What did you guys think of the track? I thought it was freaking bold as hell, but hard to pin. You know, to kind of sit and rinse and marinate in it, because there were so many great changes. Moiteki. Next up, coming from Papa Pankey. This is a game called The World of Good or World of Goo? Okay, 1 a.m. Give me a second. Let me get this going. World of Goo? Is that a game? I guess so. Okay, World of Goo and this is called Best of Times. So this is coming from Papa Pankey. Thank you, Papa Pankey, for your dono. And let's see what this is all about. Maybe this will give me a something I can focus on. I mean, that last piece was stunning, but as far as listening and breaking it down, it just was shifting too much for me to really bite into it. Here we go. Hey, Xurion, how are you? A little bit of the creepy. Whoa. I love how that soprano line's recorded. You know if you know. Little Celeste and the two bells in the back, and that low piano B flat. Great sounding toms. Or maybe they're retuned storm drums. So this is like a title track, Best of Times. Is this a cutscene for anybody who's played the game? Or is this playing actually during game progress? I'm waiting for everybody to start walking down the ways with the pitchfork and the burning torches. That arrangement against the tone of the bell. Jeez. So where does anybody know whereabouts in the game this is at? I've never heard the World of Goo. It looks like it might be kind of gooey or kind of spooky or something like that. That the uniqueness in the way the vocals were recorded on this, yes, there was some areas where the arrangement was a little more filled out and richer when I'm listening to it, but they did this really super cool thing where there was a unison soprano melody that was happening, and it sounded like it was double sung, double tracked, and they kind of went hard left and hard right on it just for a really unique dynamic kind of experience here. Like even for myself, I was like going, oh, that's really, because you heard me say that at the very beginning. You guys are saying it's a puzzle game. Ah, okay. I see. Oh, okay. Where you build bridges with goo. Kind of like what I'm doing right now in Portal. Taking portals and spitting out portal things and building things. And then the very end, though, I also thought the composer did something really cool, which was, morning SB, which was once that tube bell was going, there's the harmonics and the tone of that tube bell, that when the vocals came back in, there was some really trippy dissonance that was created, which I'm sure was part of the effect of doing the whole thing. I guess I take it that this song represents a darker part of the game somewhere, or if it was maybe a cutscene or something like that, because it was composed, it seemed like with scene in mind and nothing that was looping and churning, and or I didn't hear any loop points, I guess. But that was really super cool. Dark, macabre. Okay, excuse me. Next up is from Ice Hat. This is from a game that I really enjoy listening to in the past. Risk of Rain 2. So let me do this. Let's check out what we got here. And this is once again from Ice Hat. I don't know if Ice Hat is here. Remember, guys, we always have the VOD channel on YouTube. By the way, if you've gone to the VOD channel on YouTube, if you've noticed, I've uploaded 3 from that 7-hour session. The Wheel of Cheese and the last one, but the first half got blocked with 2 songs, so I had to put in a dispute request, and we're hoping to unrelease that, within the next week or so. So that's what's going on there. So yeah, that's what's going on. If you haven't gone there yet, go check it out. Okay, here we go. Risk of Rain 2. The name of the track is Antarctic Oscillation. And I left me a nice little message. Ice Hat. Oh, thank you very much, Ice Hat. That was a very nice message. And of course, this is with the composer Chris Christodoulou. He broke it down for me, so it's Christodoulou. So anyhow, here we go. I'm looking forward to this. All right. Little slap delay on this side. Nice. Different. I love this. This actually reminds me of a little bit of like the Police Sting era. Not so gritty, obviously, but tempo-wise, arrangement-wise. Obviously not this part, but I'm really loving the engineering on the drums on this. Rah, rah, rah. Love the kick. Cymbals. This is badass, this section. Yeah, I'm with you on that pick. Wasn't me, it was the video. So fusiony, come on. Yeah, the Virgil Donati, Donati call out, that's a good one. Sounds monophonic. Damn, this is so sick. Such the Mini Moog vibe too with that lead tone. That drummer's bass foot is diamond cut. He's got this really unique little stabby analog pop going on there. It's so cool. Yeah, the bass is crushing for sure. Oh, that sub bass. Boom. Boom, boom. Messing with our syncopation without giving us constipation. That was just amazing. I just loved so many things about that. I think one of the things that really is a big standout for me is that his choices of tones, when he got all gritty and stuff with the guitars and using a lot of the lead synths, but he had these little things buried in there. Like I was saying earlier, there's this little melodic kind of like analog pop that was following the melody, a little obscure in the mix, but it was on this side, and I could hear it pop and it was way back there, but it really was it's really kind of poignant. It's like when you take flutes against strings, you know, when you're doing a big string run or anything like that, and just by virtue of the flute and stuff like that, it gives it just a little bit more of a staccato kind of vibe. So buried in there was that kind of vibe. It's really super eclectic. I love the back and forth also in some of the areas, even the areas where he allowed us to breathe. If you know what I'm talking about, like in between, you know, the arrangements, there was always something syncopated or something, you know, second metered. You know, there was a double metering going on there that was very unique in the arrangement. So there was nothing chill and placid about any of it when they brought us back, when he brought us back into kind of like his version of a cleansing of the palate, if you would. I wonder now, is he a keyboardist or a guitar player? Or is this a one-man thing? The drums were live, and that was another thing I want to bring up really quick too, is that I know today's day and age with the double kicks and stuff, double kicks have been around for quite a while, but not really, I don't think as much used. I mean, obviously we had Meshuggah, you know, and some of the new metal bands and stuff, you know, bringing it through. But a lot of times when I hear double kick in more, you know, recent, let's say 15-year worth of production, it just, you know, but it just kind of stays at the same velocity, you know, and that has to do with the technique of the drummer, maybe a little bit of compression and some other things that can keep it. But what I loved about what I was listening to here is that a few times when this drummer did the double kick, you can hear the volume dynamic. It wasn't, it was, it's just like Bonham did. I forget which song that Bonham does, where he goes, da-da, da-da-da-da. Just the way I'm kind of saying it, you know, and that to me sometimes is a missed dynamic when I hear bands that are doing double kicks and stuff like that there isn't a little bit of that, you know. Otherwise, as precision as it is, it sounds like a machine gun, but still, yeah, good times, bad times, exactly. So that's just my thoughts as an old fart. So, wait. All right. Sorry, guys. I had to reach for something. Oh, sorry. Okay, here we go. That was Quado. Okay, let's go. Hey, Turnip, how are ya? How you been? Next one up is coming from the user, the profile Conspirio. And this is, oh. Conspirio, is this yours? You put it in as source. You bean, I bean. Conspirio. Oh, Conspirio. Is this your music or did you double? Please let me know. I love supporting artists if you sneak in. Lisa didn't tell me till later after the song was over when she did it. But let's see what we got here. It's an electronic track. And okay, guys, let's get it together here. Let's give a little extra ear time to this because this is one of our guests here and hanger-outers and usual suspects here sharing his music with me, with us, which has got to be kind of a unique vibe, you know? You put it out in front of people and, you know, especially our crew here is very kindly honest. But I definitely look forward to it. So let's do this. Let's put a big hand for Conspirio, and we're listening to one of his tracks. This one is called Lysergica. Sorry, buddy, you know I'm going to get that thing completely, you know. So here we go. Let's do this. Hit your screen record or whatever, and you know you can put this up on your channel too, as well as I'll put it up on mine for sure. Let's do this, guys. Let's celebrate one of our friends here in the stream. Let's go. I already like the tempo, the way you've set your delays. Man, I love your bass tone. I like your gradual builds and your arrangements. The hi-hat coming in. I like that subtle pad you have in the back, that glassy pad. Oh, there's that low tone way in the back. Just slowly faded out right there. Oh, sneaking in that wah guitar in on us. I like that phrase turnaround between the two chords. A little sneaky organ back there is so perfect for this. You gave us something to straighten it all out. You know what? That was such a great blend of that EDM sound that you put together. Very unique arpeggiations that was really kind of, really playing off a lot of the delays that you'd set up. So there was a lot of this kind of slightly abstract anticipation that was happening. I think Oban just left a nice comment about that earlier. And also, or is it the one I'm reading? I'm sorry, things are going. Agreeing with Oban as well is the fact that that solo you put in there, actually at first it felt a little Prince-like, the solo. And so I was like, wow, what a shift. So you already based us all on this, EDM movements and stuff and the playful, delays and things that were going on. Really nice choices, too, that you were using for these counter arrangements or these melodic arrangements that were playing off of each other's with the delays. So one was slightly a little more lo-fi than the other one. So tonally, it gave a lot of room for things to go around. I really did notice the sneakiness of the I can't tell if it was an organ pad or an organ just that had a really rich stereo imaging. But I loved how that was back there. Like it was something that was back there that didn't really require you to dive down deep, listen to, but it took you and kept you a little more on that ethereal vibe. But when you came in with the guitar, though, that was such a great mix. The tone that you chose for your guitar work was real cohesive with the mix because the mix was really crystal clean. So your solo and your, the tone that you got on your guitar didn't push the genre out of its bubble, if you would. Well, not that music should stay in a bubble. I think you know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, that was great. Congratulations on finishing the track. This apparently is on a topic channel on YouTube, so the comments are off. But if you guys want to, do you have a YouTube channel that's not a topic that maybe people can go to and at least comment or something like that? That would be really super cool. If you do, just drop it in here, and then one of my mods will take a peek at it and pull it through. But congratulations, and thank you for being so bold to have the team and all of us to come, play in the sandbox. So, anyhow, let me see. Yes, 1 a.m. just left you a message there, Conspirio. So you can go ahead and do that. There you go. Conspirio and 1 a.m. can work out the technical thingy there. Anyhow, thank you so much, bro. Super cool beans. Okay, next up, Lacrimosa. I'm going to do Lacrimosa and then Makuzia, do a Wheel of Cheese, and come back to Kairu and Nepi. 5,000. Bruh, get Nepi 5,000. Lacrimosa, thank you so much. I dumbfounded. Don't know who's. I can't tell you. That's just wonderful, and thank you very much. This is a band called, why do I think I heard of this band? Boysetsfire? I don't know if I've gotten this off of my Patreon lists or something, but Boysetsfire, it's a metal track. And so let's get ourselves locked and loaded and see. It's called A Far Cry. So nice, my weekly contribution. You're so kind. All right, here we go. Let's see what Lacrimosa is bringing us here. Sounds like this might be a wild ride. All right. Here we go. I love this. I love when they got the chugs over here and we get ourselves another pattern on this side. Love that. Oh, I love what the bass player's doing there. Why do I feel there's like a little slice of Stone Temple Pilot vibe in there? I think the drummer's a lefty. Not that that means anything. Jesus.
Idols of our hearts, go forth to battle. Be thou near them, with them, in spirit. We also go forth from the sweet peace of our beloved fireside to smite the foe. O Lord our God, help us to tear their soldiers to bloody shreds with our shells. Help us to cover their smiling fields with the pale forms of their patriot dead. Help us to drown out the thunder of their guns with shrieks of their wounded, writhing in pain. Help us to lay waste their humble homes with hurricanes of fire. Help us to wring
The
hearts
ambiance of
their
fire
unfading
crackling and the
widows
crickets and
with
stuff.
unavailing grief. Help us to turn them out roofless with their little children to wander unfriended in the wastes of their desolated land and rags, and hunger and thirst. Sports of the sun flames of summer and the icy winds of winter, broken in spirit, worn with travail, imploring thee for the refuge of the grave, and denied it. For our sakes who adore thee, Lord, blast their hopes, blight their lives, protract their bitter pilgrimage, make heavy their steps, water their way with tears, stain the white snow with the blood of their wounded feet. We ask it in the spirit of love, of him who is the source of love, and who is the ever faithful refuge and friend of all that are sore, beset, and seek his aid with humble and contrite hearts. Amen.
What a great shift in energy. The piano in there. Bass playing is wonderful on this. I love the slides that the bass player's going up into that fifth. I love the switching off in the guitar work here. Super badass track. Well, a couple of things that I want to mention is somebody, I think, who was it that left a comment on why I asked if the drummer was a lefty. A couple times I heard the hi-hat and the overheads more onto the left side, but I was listening to the toms. So engineering-wise, how can you tell which one's the dominant hand? In most cases, floor toms are going to be coming across this way. Maybe they reverse the overhead, panning, but then so if you're listening to music and you have your eyes shut, typically the toms are going to go from high to low to the left. This went the other way around, or no, the other way around. Sorry, the other way around from here to here. This went the other way around. So I was going, wow, I wonder if the guy's a lefty, or if they inverted The first half of the track, I was thinking we were super going to dig into some, the full gnarly of it all the way through. There was that one little section where I may have said Stone Temple Pilots. I was kind of digging in a little bit more to a melodic thing that was just happening, maybe in a couple bars there. Then and then the whole middle section obviously changed us up. This last section, though, what I loved is how the guitars were switching off between that. They would both do that in unison. And then the second passage, when it goes, this one would actually hold a whole. No, I'm sorry. This one would do that move. This one would just pound out on the root. Just let that gel. Really super cool back and forth. Lyrically, it's kind of hard for me to dig into. So the guy has a pretty broad spectrum of what he could do with his voice, and it sounded very non-tweaked. Like there was like minimal sidechain, minimal, post work to it. So it was very raw and organic sounding. But I'm going to have to dig in. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, no problem, Gummy. I'm actually going to look this up on Spotify with the lyrics and get an opportunity and listen to that. But thank you again, Lacrimosa. And I really appreciate it. And also you and Double A. You, Double A, and Judgment Kazi bring such a unique flex into the listening experience here. So thank you so much. Let's see, Chozaman. I know. Well, yes. Should I do Meshuggah's Catch 33 on the Decomposer Lounge? What do you think, everybody here? First of all, let's say hi to Chozman. He first-time chatter and dropping by. So, I don't know, what is Meshuggah's Catch 33? I think, I don't know why I've never heard it. I've never caught that in a suggestion. Maybe I'll do that as a custom Decomposer Lounge. That sounds really cool. Okay, let's continue on. I'm sorry. I just want to say aloha to Chozaman. Hola, Johan, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué te parece, mano? ¿Qué tal? So, let's see what we got here. Next up, Makuzia. Oh, we're doing a TV show, guys. This is called Doctor Who. And so let's go into some Doctor Who here. And this is called Vale Decem. Decem? Vale Decem. So let's go with that. Okay, let's do this. All right. All for you, Makuzia. Let's see what we got here. That was my phone. Did I turn the volume off by accident? What's going on here? No? Hello? Ah, there it is. I love the light first strings or second strings following the melody. Second violins. Oh. Beautiful piece. I love the brass behind the vocals. There's been a lot of unison work in this. Thanks for watching. Well, obviously this piece obviously has some major significance for those of you who watch Doctor Who. I'm sorry I don't. I've heard of it. So I can only imagine that this track was like his theme or a theme of a character or maybe a very powerful scene. I thought it was nice because I had just mentioned the last stream I did that little bit from Big Wednesday, you know, my favorite theme, and how there is this kind of thing that composers love to do when it's bold and glorious and stuff, is when you'll hear the strings and a flute or a piccolo going. It's the same kind of a thing with the harp. You know, it's almost like when, you know, the harp, which is the most, you know, when you have a huge orchestra and then all of a sudden the harp really cuts through in the mix, it's just going. You know, and then you actually have the strings double up on that, so it's percussively really, you know, gives it all that. I also love that the fact that there a lot of the vocal parts that were starting, and even as they started to get a little more bold, were actually supported by a part of a particular part of a section. So the higher voices were supported by the strings. You know, it could have been a Debussy going on there. And then the lower parts as they came in, more of the reed sections and the brass sections would, in unison, an octave lower kind of thing to support the whole thing. But I'm only taking it. Is it still? I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. I was also a little slightly distracted listening to it because everybody was chiming in that apparently the stream is choppy. It says green for me. It's saying 33,000 kilobits. So maybe it's Twatch doing what it does. I'm not too sure. I'm not getting any weird messages here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It looks good to me. But it says on my little thing, I have that little measuring thing here that tells me whether or not it's coming over at 33,000, 3,200 kilobits, 3,400. And it keeps, but it is going back and forth though, between 3,000 and 32. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Oh man, I'm so sorry you guys are having a twisted Twitch situation. Oh, well, I'll continue on, and hopefully, at least the good thing is I'm recording this. So into my hard drive, it's going to be smooth. If the stream geeks out or anything, you know me, I'll cut it up and be putting it on that YouTube number. So, yeah, Twatch. It is what it is, right? Okay, let's see what's going on now. We're going to be doing hot chicken in a diaper. No, not hot. I don't know. I forgot. Hot chicken in a diaper. Are you here? Hot chicken? It's funny because when I read this, you know, you don't know where to put the emphasis on the words. If it's hot chick in a diaper or hot chicken in a diaper. I don't know. What a great profile name. It leaves your mind wide open for like, what? Let's see what we got here. What does hot chicken in a diaper hot chicken in a diaper want? Let's see. This is it's Buckethead. Guys, have we ever had Buckethead on here? I don't know if we've ever had any Buckethead. So let's do this. It's an acoustic track, and it's called For Mom, and it's live. So, still hot, always in a diaper. That was the message that was sent to me. Hell yeah. I love a sense of humor. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's go. Here's some acoustic Buckethead. Ooh, listen to the ring and the kick. I love that. I love that voicing right there. He decides to give us that little lovely lift in the voicing there. Yeah, stainless steel, and it looks like he's running 1/4 inch, so who knows how it's affected through. But I love the snare work that's happening as well. Yeah, the music output is low, though, on this track. This is so laid back. It's kind of, I'm trying to wrap my head around, like maybe this is a breather in Buckethead between all of his madness and his incredible skill set as a guitar player. It's just to lay back and play something beautiful. You know, I think for myself, what I just saw and listened to, regardless that it was, 17 years ago, the compression rate of the video, obviously very low output of the music, mono, signal. I think what was really super cool about this is that Buckethead is a legend guitar player, though I only know of his, metal work. And he gets up there and he does this piece acoustically, and it is very, the three chords just kind of keep repeating itself and stuff like that. Between the bass and the drums, just keeping everything forward and just keeping everything nicely locked in. It's almost like, for him, it was like a reset, playing that acoustic part. Really nice voicings that were going on there. But listening to him play and perform that actually made it real human for me. I don't know why that feels that way to me. I think maybe because I think of Buckethead, I think of, his outfit and the mask that he wears and all that sort of stuff. And there's something about that presence and performance when it comes to metal sometimes that gives you like a bigger than human superpower kind of, presence. And a piece like this was like kind of a little peek under the hood, where you just felt and saw a little bit of the glow of turning it all down. Doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to shred, it doesn't have to do all this stuff. He just wanted to just lay back and go. I'm sure he was putting his guitar down. He's probably going to pick up his stuff again and get right back to it. But that's how I felt. Yeah, like pick. That's a good way to say it too. It felt so genuine. Not like he was out there doing his thing, and whether there was some string buzzy noises and some fret noises or whatever, it was like him going, I'm going to meditate here for about 7 minutes, guys. I hope you don't mind. And whatever happens, happens. And that's what I loved about it. I thought that was great. All right, guys, I'm going to do some Wheel of Cheese right now. After that, I'm going to be coming back to Kairu, Nepi, AA, Fash Demented, Judgment, and Baja Schmentscher. So let's go ahead and hit the Wheel of Cheese, guys. I'm going to refresh my data. And I'm sorry, is everybody, are there other people also having some streaming problems on their end that I can't see, obviously? I think Baja Schmentscher somebody was having a real tough time. But anyhow, let's start off with some queso nuevo. No issues anymore, Jakin? All right. All right, guys. Let's get into some queso nuevo. And let's see what we got here. Oh, that's from the last week's cheese. So let's go ahead and bring it. Thanks, Ginger, for letting me know. Okay, look at that. That's not just a big split here. This looks relatively normal. That's also why I like Sunday sessions too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love to stream. It could be 5 people, but sometimes when it gets above 100, which is very rare, but when it does, this cheese wheel gets so cheesy. So, anyhow, here we go, guys. Our first cheesy wheelie. Here we go. This is from our queso nuevo. Let's go. What do we got here? Kozamon. We just did one of your donos. Did Kozamon double by chance? Maybe that was it. I don't know. Kozamon, are you here? I would like to, if in fact we did double Dutch fudge a Kozamon. I tell you what, Kozamon, you legitimately won. We're going to get back to you, but I'm going to spin it again because I want to check it against what I did already, just in case there was just a conflict in, where it was put and stuff, okay? Because I'm that guy. You officially won. But I promise to get back to you. So, oh, wait. So is this a separate one, Kozamon, than the one I did earlier? There you are. Or am I blowing it in my head? Didn't I not do one already? I don't know. I'm brain farting. It doesn't matter. Let's do Kozamons. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're just doing it, okay? Unless it's the same track. If it is, then I boo-boo. Nope, it's obviously not the same track. This is called... Yes, I just refreshed the list. And so this is a different track. Okay, we're on track now. No pun. Okay, Kozaman, you won. This is a band called Zabutom. Zabutom. It's an electric band, or EDM perhaps. And let's see what we got here. This is called Redux 34. Guys, I do want to remind you that I have put a time limit on the Wheel of Cheese requests. Please, nothing longer than 7 minutes, because I want to be fair to, you know, everybody trying to get as much Wheel of Cheese in the capacity in which I have time to listen to it. So if you guys wouldn't mind, that would be super cool beans. All right, guys, here we go. Let's go back to, and this is for Kozaman. You won. Let's go. All right. This is great. Is this from a video game? Sounds like the composer was using like some 8-bit sounds, but in the more current platforms. Uh-oh, somebody just jumped in with the river dance. I'm sorry, it just felt like that. 8-bit core, I love that. Ooh, I love that soft pad back there. That reminds me of the old asteroid thing going off. Bonk, bonk. Nice rebuild. I love this. Tell me how this doesn't sound like the most perfect video game music. Real trippy. Well done, man. This. Wow, I'm reading the comments while I'm listening to this, and this combination of this kind of 8-bit vibe. I guess I'm learning. I'm getting a lesson right here just in the chat about the chipsets and stuff like that. So the composer obviously combined these sounds, perhaps. I mean, because they sounded so authentic. I could have swore I heard some asteroid fires. Even that last reminded me of a game called Galactica, I think it was, where you would spin the thing here, but you'd have to, you know, these things would come up this way in 3D, and you'd have to spin it around and stuff and try to, you know, hammer it down the things, whatever would come and get you. For all you old farts, I forgot what it was, or Galaga or whatever. It was some game from the late 70s, early 80s. Anyhow, if this was an infusion of that card style synth programming, along with some more recent sounding pads and things that were going on there, but I thought it was great. I was drifting away in a lot of stuff there because I was so involved in listening and trying to decipher the difference between some of the older, more cap songs or cap sounds infused with more the newer pads, and it was so authentic sounding. So I thought, wow, how do you manage to do that? You know, that was pretty good. I guess the name of the is the name of the band Polysept or Zabutom. But anyhow, I thought it was great. I thought it was killer. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, major wheel of cheese coming up here, guys. Refreshing data. And we have major, this is going to be our poverty cheese, guys. So let's, let me do this. For some poverty cheese. Let's see what this looks like. Here we go. Guys, I have gotten 2 little power surges in my house already. I don't know what's going on here. All right, here we go, guys. Ready, and poverty cheese. Who do you got? Oh. Serpentine the Tide. Let's go, Serpentine the Tide. Let's see what Serpentine the Tide wants. Okay, let's see. Wants an anime. Mob Psycho 100. Let's see what we got here. Mob Cycle, Telepathy, Fairytale. You guys know the anime Mob Psycho? Classic series, you guys say? Okay. Well, this is what we're doing. And this is coming from the winner, Serpentine the Tide. Big hand to you, my friend, for that. And let's get back to our viewing screen here, please. Mahalo. Let's go. I love this string arrangement right there. Ooh, that was pretty background vocals there. This is so happy and so just like, yay, good energy. I love the background vocals on this. I love the bottom end on this. That monophonic synth line there. It's like a musical theater piece, or I like the arpeggiation here. That was such a fun track. It almost seemed like it belonged like in Disneyland next to like It's a Small World After All kind of vibe. Really a lot of fun little arrangements going out. Very positive, very light, very fluffy. With still had the energy and the pop to it. A little bit of the dancey disco kind of vibe to it. I do love the emphasis that these composers from anime put on background vocals. It's not just a sprinkle here and a sprinkle there. Sometimes it's wall to wall, and it could be kind of abstract, and then, of course, it can blow up a little more in the hook. But you guys can't tell me that wasn't just the most lighthearted kind of fun. Like, okay, we're all in a good mood. Let's see what the next wheel of cheese brings us. See if it'll keep us in the same mood here. So let's see. We're going for skinny cheese. And Serpentine the Tide, thank you so much. And some skinny cheese, some queso nuevo coming up right now. Wow, guys, that's some queso nuevo. Are you guys ready? Let's go. What? Oh! We have Fotito GG. Fotifoto GG. Let's see what Fotifoti GG wants. And let's go. For Fotigo. It's a band called Therion. Oh, it's metal, guys. Are we ready for some metal? I think we're ready for some metal. Let's see what this is. This is called... wait, hang on. This is called Ginnungagap. Ginnungagap. I think I got it right. But here we go. You won, Fio TGGG. Let's go. All right. Dark goth. Let's get it. Big contrast from the last track. The hell? Wasn't me. Can you hear the bass digging in? I think it's so cool that you're using the pseudo cheesy kind of Casio sound in that lead. I like the arrangements with the high vocals, kind of polarizing. Great tone on the guitars. Do you hear the harmonies on those 30 seconds? Oh, listen to that bass tone. A fade? No. This was a trip for me, and I'll tell you why. That ballsy sound, you know, that the organic ballsy sound of whatever, it was leaning a little more into a black metal, it felt like to me. And then as they started, you know, with the vocals and stuff like that, I say, okay, they're going to get a little bit of like gothic, maybe Nordic metal kind of vibe going in there. Then they introduced these synth sounds that were like I said, some of them sounded like an old Casio lead or something like that. I was trying to piece together where they were going with all this. And, you know, and then of course there's that, those 30 seconds that we're playing on. There's a very unique series of overdubs that were happening. But even at the end, that you know, they had that really high sizzly lead line or stab, kind of a key stab that went with it. But then there was another melody that was adjacent to it. You know, so this was a unique journey for me. I was trying to sit there and kind of maneuver it, let's just say, into a single genre in my head. But it definitely had a little bit of the more cinematic metal-y vibe, but yet the choice of tones was very unique. Actually kept me in the listening mode, because they kept on introducing these unique sounds as they were doing their arrangements, you know. So I also like the fact that there was, somebody said something about Rat. You remember Rat? What was Rat's really big hit? Round and round, da 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 da. Something like that. Was that what Rat's big hit was, pop metal wise? Was Roundabout or Round and Round or something like that? I thought of like some 80s bands too, where I was feeling a little bit of the arrangements like that, but I can't remember. I think maybe that would be the song. Yeah, Round and Round. Yeah. And that might be something good to do in like a decomposer lounge kind of vibe. All right, guys, some more Wheel of Cheese. Stand by for 1 second, because my daughter texted me. Oh, guys, I have a little more time to play. Okay, they're late, and they haven't left their house yet, and they're an hour away. So, or they just left their house. So we continue to play here, guys. More cheese, more cheese. Oh, some White Lion too. Oh my God. All right, which cheese am I going for here? I forgot which size cheese. I think we're on poverty cheese, are we? Yes, we're on poverty cheese now. So refreshing data, hitting the big button, and let's get ready for some poverty cheese, people. If you find your name on here, surprise you. Oh, poverty cheese for the flex. Look at this. Dang. All right. That's okay. She's got 6 kids. Guys, her and her husband have 6 kids, and they're under 32 years old. That's a lot of wrangling to do. All right, here we go. Oh, who do we got? Oh, it's our old buddy Square Meal. Square Meal, how are you, Bubba? How you been? Let's see what Square Meal's bringing us here. Guilty Gear Strive. And let me see. Oh, more metal, guys. It's more metal. Did you guys... Look, I surrendered to the fact that I either A, am not too focused, or super ADHD with my dyslexia, but I actually put out one of my guitar backing tracks, my metal guitar backing tracks on the Decomposer Lounge. And in the thumbnail, I actually put down, instead of saying heavy metal, it was heavy metal, because I spelt it wrong and I didn't catch it. And by the time it was up and people were commenting on it, and so it just became like 1 a.m. and Turnip and Double A and Snake No. It's just, what is it, guys? Just so on brand. I have to surrender that I write good, and I will never be able to. It's just what it is, guys. All right, guys, this is Square Meal. He won on the Poverty Wheel of Cheese. This is Guilty Gear Strive, and the name of the track is Extras. I guess this must be some heavy metal. So let's go. Maybe that would be a funny logo for a shirt, the misspelled heavy metal. Oh, jeez, I'm such a bojo. Okay. Ooh! God, I love where the bass is in this pocket. This is such a great mix. Oh, I love that melody up there. Maybe I'll do it again. I didn't expect that. I'm sorry, this flip is insane. This is one woman in the vocals that we're hearing. Damn. That pop approach to the vocals, though, with this kind of ballsy, gutty composition is so badass. Okay, so since I don't know that this is a band or not, or if it's hired musicians, if it's a project that I don't even know, it's just Guilty Gear Stripe. Is it Cloud Drop? Would that be the name of the band by chance? It's just the channel that I'm looking at. There's so much unique power going on, but the first thing I got to say is oh my God, thank you, engineers. You just put that bass is so well placed in the track, and it makes such an important presence, especially when we're going. I don't know if this is detuned, is a string is drop tuned or something like that, and when it punches down in there in some of those chugs, you just really feel the balls of it. I think the engineering on this is absolutely fantastic. Are you guys telling me, or the fact of the matter is, this is all one singer, including all the growling and the ripping and stuff? This is the amazing thing about today's singers of the last 20 years, pushing their vocal cords and getting out performance. I'm also just so pumped. I've never heard anything quite like this when it started off so dark metal with the chugginess and the ripped vocals and stuff, and then breaks into this kind of pseudo-pop, glorious kind of vocal arrangements, still keeping the balls of it together, but now by virtue of the mix. The engineer on this had his work or her work cut out on this. The way the pop vocals or that arrangement stuff kept its presence in there, but didn't take away, even though it was a little more happier melodies and stuff, but didn't take away from the ballsiness of the track. You know, this is homework type listening, as far as I'm concerned, as far as engineering and arrangement construction and stuff, and the uniqueness of blending the genres. This is the shit. love that. Beautiful vocals, yet the growling. Oh, the driving on the bass, man. That is just... Ah. Oh, I like that kind of... There's a little layback in there. I love that. Beautiful backgrounds there. A little lead work happening in the back there. Oh, those guitar tones, Jesus. Guys, I'm sorry. That was one of the most diverse, wonderful pieces of music that I've heard in a long time. When I'm saying that, it's this unique blend of what I had mentioned already in the stop. And I'm right now, in my mind, it's almost like taking a steak off of the barbecue and it's still cooking, even though the music's done. I'm trying to process what it took, not only for the composer. What's the composer's name again, please? Yeah, Super Smoke and Marshall. They must have been it must have taken about 20 minutes for that head to cool down afterwards. Yeah, Square Meal. This was such a great listen. What was the Ryosuke Ishiwatari? I would love to just interview him just to go, bruh, where did you pull this from? Because as a composer, and those of us here who are composers and musicians, when you listen to pieces of music like this, especially having the composition skill set to pull this off, like a lot of times, I think I mentioned in the last stream, there are a lot of composers now that play many, many different instruments. Therefore, in their mind, they can really release the energy creatively and do these unique things. But this composer, not only did he let her rip, but he did it in such a powerfully classy way, where there wasn't like an obvious intrusion and it's almost like hitting a switch, we're going to slip into another genre. It was incredibly musical. It was incredibly ball crushing when all the power of the metal came in. The musicians on this are absolutely flawless, you know. And once again, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's my ears or something. The last few tracks we listened to, I didn't feel the bass was hot enough in the mix, and I don't know. If there's any bass players out there or any composers out there that kind of feel like the bass doesn't get enough love, sometimes I really feel it doesn't. I don't know why. Maybe that's where I'm just naturally dialed into. I want to hear the bottom supporting the rest of the tracks, but the position in the bass in this was phenomenal. But the last thing I've got to totally rinse on, oh my God, this was such an engineering masterpiece. To have to shift the power, not lose any tones in between it, not get any tone cancellation, if you would. Everything was perfectly clear from the areas where there was the chugs and the hammer-ons were going off, but yet there was this little stabby pads that were happening there, and then these beautiful vocals and all these and those arrangements. I don't know. I that's where I feel like Obi-Wan Kajibski, you know, in Star Wars 1, when I used to be all energized to do this kind of music, and now I'm happy to sit in my little coconut with my coffee lifesaver, and my sustenance, you know. In a part of me, I go, oh my God, I remember when I was so energetic as a composer, you know, in the late 80s all the way until about the late 90s, that I would have sat down and just fully just whittled this kind of energy into something. And now I look at it and I go, I remember. I don't have the energy for it. But this was a tremendous amount of work. I'm sorry, I went really long on this. I know this was a Wheel of Cheese entry, but I'm lit on this. This was wonderful. Thank you so much, Square Meal. That was absolutely insane. All right, a little more Wheel of Cheese. Okay, so now that I know that I have a little extension on time, I'm going to do one more Wheel of Cheese, take about a 5-7 minute break. I want to make more coffee and go to the restroom and stuff, and then we'll come back in and hit donos, and you know how this rolls, okay? So let's see, what do we got here? Which cheese shall we do? I think we're doing skinny cheese. Yeah, we are. Once again, Square Meal, I want to just thank you for that. That was a great listen. Plus, I think, what was it called again? I forget. Metal Gear? Guilty Gear. I've had a lot of people on, funny enough, since a lot of my metal listeners from the Decomposer Lounge has know I do games. They've also said that I should be listening to a lot of Guilty Gear for, I guess, that very reason. Maybe I should do like a Guilty Gear stream. I don't know. Like I'll set up like maybe what I'll do, it'd be great. I'll buy a new chair, like a lounge chair, and then I'll start doing these full OST streams while I'm sitting back and chilling, you know, and maybe I'll have like my tea and my pipe. I don't know. All right, guys, let's do this. Noob cheese on the way. Here we go, guys. Are you ready? This is my last Wheel of Cheese until I take a break after this, and then we get back to some more fun. Let's go. Spin. Twitching over. How are you? All right, here we go. So we got here, let's take a look at what we have. Twitching over, where is this? Twitching over wants a game called, why do I think I know this? Citizen Sleeper, OST. You guys know what that is, I take it? It's so mind-numbing that I've been doing these Twitch live sessions for, almost a year, and that there's still so much I haven't listened to, so when I see the names, I'm like, could we add that? So this one's called Citizen Sleeper, and it's called Optic Nerve, and this is from Twitching Over. So let's do this. The winner of the Queso Nuevo. Let's go. Rip-a-doop-doodle-doodle-doop-doop-doo. All right. Hypnotic vibe. Ooh, I like that. I was expecting that. hypnotic, but very melodic. Ooh, I was expecting a chord change there. That's nice. Soft light builds in the pads and float in different directions. This is great. I always am anticipating a chord change there, but he doesn't do it, and I love that. It leaves you kind of drifting. And that little sequence in the back. Nice little offload on the mix. Oh, that was out of the stream. That wasn't part of the song. Somebody just subscribed. Hey, how's it? Thank you so much for the subscription. Check this out. We just got through listening to an incredible, to me, that was that piece before that with the Guilty Gear. A lot of things going on, all that. And this was really, really super cool. I'm going to say it in kind of a very mellow way. It was very delightful. But delightful in kind of like a drift, ambient, endless universe kind of vibe. You close your eyes, you're drifting through like space or something. There two things that were happening there that I really liked and how the composer kind of latched me into it is that there was this really nice kind of soft tone pad that was being used on the chord changes. But in the back, there was this arpeggiation that seemed to have kept the same chord structure, voicing. You know, whatever the pattern was and stuff like that. So it kind of kept us a little bit in this drift. And then every time that there was a anticipated chord change, when the melody came, and the melody was very mild, but it was very seductive or hypnotic. Seductive, hypnotic, depending who you're sitting next to. And I really dug that. But I loved how there was an anticipation of a chord change. I'm sorry, where did Sean Connery just come from? An anticipation of a chord change where you saw me twice going, the chord change didn't come. But I don't know. I just love this kind of music that gives me this ambiance, ethereal float vibe. You know, I think that's a big part of my personality is float and chill. So regardless of me listening to really crazy pieces like the Guilty Gear and in my mind going, I think there's a really big call to action in my energy to hear music also that can calm me down. I mean, truthfully speaking, this is where this kind of music really kind of does kind of come through me and say, okay, Jeeps, settle down, relax, look at the stars, twinkle, twinkle, little star, chill, take another heroic dose, float away. Speaking of heroic doses and floating away, I'm going to take a little break. One doesn't have to do with the other, and drugs are bad, okay? But nonetheless, I am going to go back and I'm going to refill my coffee. I have exactly probably about another 45 minutes. So I'm going to pump through some of the donos and stuff. Give me a few minutes to just grab me a really quick something here for us to listen to here. We'll just do this one's very mild and meek. And I'm going to give a little bit of a break, and we're coming back, and we're going to get back to some dono catch-ups. I have, let me see, what do I have on my dono catch-ups here? Let me refresh. A lot of people came through with the dono push. I have Kairu, Nepi, Judgment Kazi, Double A, Flash Demented, Bajas Master, Ginger, Scanovisor, and onwards. So I'll be coming back for you guys. Let me go ahead and dip out. I guess I can't unring that bell, guys. I did say dose out, as in the old Moon Tribe heroic dose. Do you guys remember the desert raves? Well, or raves. In the 90s, there was one called Moon Tribe out in Los Angeles. And that's where I learned about heroic doses. All right, guys, stand by. I'm going to be right back. Let me just refresh my accoutrements and go to the restroom, and let's go. All right, see you guys in a little bit. Oh no, I did it again? God dang it. Left my mic hot. Shoots! Now I gotta think about what I said. Ah. Oh my God. Oh, what did you guys hear? Oh no, here it comes. We got you. For 3 days, I've had this one fly, just one fly that I've been trying to track, and he buzzes by and he ditches and he's, you know, and then the last day I see him flying a little slower, he's getting a little weaker. I'm like, I'm gonna get you. And so finally, yeah, he was up on my cutting board, gross, and I was like doing like kung fu moves, going slowly, 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 and I said, Maki die dead, or as you guys heard me say, got you, bitch. I need to get a bug assault. Yes, God, that would work great. Also for the centipede. Hopefully, I never get a chance to see that. Yeah, he was suffering. He was eating like a king. Obviously, he kept on hanging around, and I keep a really clean house, pretty much. But you know, flies, all they need is a little nug, you know. So, yeah. Anyhow, that was funny. Sorry you guys had to hear that. Me talking to myself, cabbage, cabbage, cabbage. You know, I'm just. Hey, speaking of which, I don't know why that just reminded me. If you guys, I may have mentioned this once before. Do you guys, especially those of us who were born in the 1900s, you guys remember Max Headroom? I guess it was a TV show, but at first, but I don't know why. I was just thinking of Max Headroom. Oh, the cool thing is I didn't stop my hard drive, so whatever must have just happened went onto the hard drive. So I might have to say. Or maybe Turnip or 1AM or those guys can stitch together like all of my open mic moments, you know, and then put a big fail, you know, face on it. Oh shit. All right, guys, let's get back into it. At least I don't have to restart my it was clipped? Oh no. At least I don't have to restart my hard drive. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Did you already, patty cakes? My life as a streamer. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, let's get back to a little bit of Dubstead, call it cabbage. Cabbage, cabbage, cabbage. You know, and I got that too, because I am empathetic to I am very empathetic to homeless people that have mental disorders, mental illnesses. And so, you know, as much as I see them on the streets, you know, and I want to help or do something, I also know it's not a really safe thing to approach. But this did happen to me once when I was visiting a hospital in Los Angeles for the children's stuff. And I was staying at the Mirage, and I had walked out. Terry Fader was my sponsor. He was a very famous ventriloquist, still is. And I'd walked out, and he had me stay at the Mirage, and then we all went to go to the hospital the next day. And I walked out, and there was somebody obviously homeless and stuff. And I'm laughing in the sense that cabbage thing that I do was I had walked by, and I was about to kind of say, hey, how you doing, man? Just have a conversation. And he turned to a lady, and he literally looked her in the face and went, cabbage, 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 and then walked off. As heartbreaking as that is, because it was, you know, a mental illness and emotional. Sometimes you just can't help but go, no way. Like a little bit of that, you know. There's a part of that you don't want to laugh at, but you just go, oh my God, that was epic, you know. And I hope he's okay. He looked like he was. It didn't look like it was a drug problem. It looked more like it was a mental condition. But anyhow, that you know, I get sad when I see that. But that was just a little thing that I took away. So anyhow, you know, that's it. just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's pump the donos and let's start ramping it up here. I'm gonna go until I can't go on this, guys. So I'm just gonna wait for her to text me. I told her to text me just now when. Wait, I got a Discord message. Stand by. It's usually one of my mods telling me that. Oh no, it was. Oh, Patty Cakes, it was you saying that you clipped it. Damn, you're fast. I guess Patty Cakes clipped that and put it on Discord. So the laughs just continue. All right, now since I don't have to do Wheel of Cheese now, let's just get back to my regular channel and let's go. So this is coming in for a $4,200 dono by Kairu. TV show called Oban Star Racers. Would that be anime by chance? So let's do that. This is called Waratteta. I don't know. That probably sounded really weird when I was working that out. We'll just leave that, okay? Here we go. This is called, or these are the Twitch bit. Oh, actually, it's a Twitch bit. Twitch bit. Oh my God, I'm done. Freaking done. Let's just listen to music. Jesus Christ. Ah! Here we go. So Freudian. 'Unique where the vocals are placed in the mix. You know, I really have to buckle in to listen. Percussive sound design sample is really unique. Ooh, listen to the bass arrangement on that. Oof. What a beautiful piece. Unexpected. Love this. I'm really enamored by that percussive loop. I love the addition of the string arrangement there. Back there is really cute. I did say the word cute. I'm just saying. I love how the loop has a little two-step vibe. Cairo, that was... Wait. And the seatbelts? The seatbelts had something to do with this? Yoko Kanno and the seatbelts. Was that, Cairo, was that their arrangement? Was that a seatbelt arrangement? I'm a little confused by what I'm reading here. But nonetheless, there was a unique pattern back there that it was kind of like a... What was the name of that library back in the days? It was a Spectrasonic library that came out of the RMX package. And then they had a couple of sub-libraries that would fit in there. And it just reminded me of it. It was so nice because it started off... But then it would peel open really wide in the stereo dynamic. I like how that kind of pulled me in and out. I couldn't help but go, with that. Beautiful vocals. Like I said earlier, the vocals were down in the pocket at the beginning, but then it actually kind of stayed and kind of, I guess, leveled up a little bit during the rest of it. I think there was a little competition between the high notes and the pianos and where she was in her falsetto and singing. And then another element that came in that I was like, damn, I love this, because it did sound more lo-fi-ish, I guess maybe with the intention of it being soft and subtle. But when the violins came in as well, I thought that was a really nice, different vibe to put in there when the composer already established, the tones and everything there. Kairu, that was great. I fully dug that, man. And the harmonies too were also beautiful. Once again, I'm just enjoying as much as I can in these compositions when it comes to these composers from Japan and stuff. It's just mind-numbing. Next up is Neppy 5000. Neppy, is you in the house? This is a band called Modus. It's electronic. Thank you for the dono, $1,337. I appreciate it. So let's see what we got here. This is called Modus. This is from Neppy 5000. And the name of this track is New Year Protocol. Infinite, I believe. Is it a game or no? I don't know. But we're doing it. All right. Hey, there you are, Neppy. Holy sounds like game music, but very trailer. A lot of this that I'm kind of pulling Mick Gordon. Just without obviously the gent. There's a lot of drama in the composition. I don't know where this fits, if this is part of a complete project. But the composition is really loaded with like full drama pulls. I like this change up. It's a little bit of a palate cleanser. Neppy, this is fully trippy. Just don't know what came first, the video or the music. It probably was, video was created after the music, but fully Lisa. Maybe not as detailed video-wise, but I'm with you on that. I just want to stop really quick and just say, you know, one of the things that's unique about these kinds of tracks, which I don't hear too many of, is the kind of reinforced silence in between the heaviness. Regardless of this, you know, we're in when the section like this is going. Those stacked Eurosynth stabs with the definitive super hard stops give you, it's like a volume crush into my ears. Not painful, obviously, but it's like a volume slam, and then the immediacy of that instrument completely dropping out gives me this really weird sensation that it's like I feel like I'm kind of in a punching bag, but more like an AI digital punching bag. I don't know, but that's just a sensation I get. You know, it's really unique and very well done. You know, and since I'm outside of the box as a composer and I don't write in this capacity, I look for those little things. It's super cool. Where'd it go? There it is. You know, this is, like I said, this presentation and the music had a lot of cinematic presence in it. I think because of listening to it and also seeing the video, and something that Aman said after I said my statement about it being extremely dynamic. It was really super powerful trailer style music that was obviously married to a bigger story. Right, Neppy? I mean, it sounded like it's like this is just a section, the musical representation of something else that's really happening here. So I kind of felt that in more of the cinematic presentation of that. Also, super, like I said, I couldn't help it. As a new listener, let's say, to this kind of music in this style, I mean, within the last couple of years only of my 60 some odd years of being on this planet, it's just really, God, I don't know. I feel like I'm really excited to what music has been doing in the history of all these changes and using of tones and all kinds of stuff. And though those stop-start vibes feel somewhat abrupt, I don't necessarily know that I could like wake up in the morning and make my eggs, and you know, I might have a better. If I was to lean into something gnarly to get into, you know, my music in the morning, funny enough, might lean into my sugar or something like that. The intensity and the fry and the sizzle and the bite, and I'm talking about the BYTE and the BITE of this kind of performance is more like the polar reversals of the energy fields kind of vibe, you know. And if that's the case, and if that's the kind of storytelling that it's about, it was done very, very well. I'd like to try to write something like that maybe in the future, you know. Obviously being influenced, you know, by something like this, but I don't know that I'd very, very well authentically pull it off. But very interesting, very, very, very interesting. So, thank you, Neppy. That was really great, and thank you for that. Yeah, dystopian. That's another great word. Thank you for suggesting that. I really appreciate that. Okay, next up, Judgment Kazi. How are you, sir? Ow, ow, ow. Oh, shit. That's when you know you're getting old. You can't even salute without your arm falling apart. Jeez, that sucked. I got a cramp in my bicep. Ow. Oh, God, I can't believe. You know, when I had my rotator cuff surgery, they had to reattach my biceps. Ever since then, I've been having these weird cramps. Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. Oh, I love the avocado, boss. I'll be all right. It's just getting old shit. I don't know, man. That's just crazy. All right, let's get back to Bitniz. Judgment Kazi, how are you, my friend? Oh, more Guilty Gear. I saw that comment when we were listening to that, and here we are, guys. So it looks like we're getting into some more metal. How many of you guys would like to hear some more metal? How many of you guys would like to hear some more Guilty Gear? You're going to have to thank Judgment Kazi. So let's go. Wait, make sure to check my first, don't know, for the song info. Okay. Let me take a look here. And this is from Judgment Kazi. We got some metal coming in. This is called Mirror of the World. The Baiken theme. This is the theme of a one-armed swordsman named Baiken from the fighting game Guilty Gear. It is one of my favorite tracks from the series, including some incredible bass tones. Ooh. Buddhist mantra chanting. Whoop. And some incredible vocals and response techniques. All right. Damn. Let's go. Are you guys ready? We're going back into some more Guilty Gear, guys. Get the helmets on because the headbanging might ensue. Let's do this. All right. I like the little bend up there. That's gonna be quirky, I can feel it. I thought something happened to the stream. Okay, that's giving me Stone Temple Pilot vibes right here. I think it's just the harmonies that are being sung. Yeah, this has got it. Sorry, I got to stop you for a second. This has got to be the same engineering or the same session or the same production team through this Guilty Gear Strive section here. That's just insane. The tones. Here's something that's unique for me on this mix, though. That's a little different than the last one. So I'm already happy as a camper. You guys know me about bass. The bass is up there. Matter of fact, it's kind of nice and hot up there at the top. A lot of great bass work. You can hear the nuances and the dynamics of the bass. You have everything from string noise, fret noise, all the way to just everything that you need to hear in order to really feel the bass. Guitar players are insane. I think the drums, I'm kind of missing a little bit of its snap in it. If you notice in this mix, there isn't a really bright high end to it, for many different reasons, obviously, as the engineers and producers chose to. But just this particular track, I'm just wanting the drums just to punch forward just a little harder, but it's just crushing. You know, I actually think the bass is being fingered.
There is no salvation for the arrogant. God knows there's those who whip and hand the satisfaction to them. Necessary. In the light, that's my relaxation. Today we will never begin. I'm the time inside.
The bass is going off.
I don't need your sympathy. Why would anyone leave me alone?
That sounded like a single coil there for that lead, all the lead work. Who are these musicians? Frick. Oh. Brilliant. What a great shift.
If I had a comrade,
Unique vocal tone there.
wonder what I would tell them. Yes, yes, I knew the answer.
I love when the bass players do these octave or these 1/5s, 0/5s slides.
It's never over yesterday. No, don't stand still. My vengeance will sacrifice. The pain, kill the pain.
I love the background vocals on this. They're light, but
We'll be a mirror of the
yeah, Lisa, fully. Damn. That's all I got to say about this. As a matter of fact, I might snip out those two back to back and put it on the Decomposer Lounge. So yeah, obviously this track now was a little more punchy or darker than the last one. The last one had a lot more accelerated and diverse changes in there with what was happening. If it's obviously the same engineer, the same musicians and everything like that, I still am just blown away by the musicianship. The tone in this one, in this bass, was a little hotter, a little more edgier. It felt like it was being, finger picked and not, with a pick, but because I was listening for some of the bounciness of that. I like the subtleness. There was that weird little change up in the middle that got very dynamic culturally. A little weird thing happened here with the tone of with the voice. So I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Kind of had that little Kermit kind of thing. Not in an offensive way to say that, but more like the vocals were being generated more around here. than up here or out here. You know, it had like an open glottal kind of vibe to it. Also, there was a little areas there where there were some subtle background vocals that kind of hinted in the cleanliness, if you would. That reminded me a little bit of the last track. You know, so this one obviously was a lot more darker. This one also, I think, may resonate with a lot of the Slayer-ish, old, more, you know, the 80s thrash metal kind of vibe. There was a couple times where I heard, oh my God, what's the lead singer of Metallica? I can't remember his name. I can see his face. I can't remember the name. There was a couple times where there were some passages vocally that kind of reminded me of that, you know, which actually fit with the tones of the guitars and the Hetfield, right? Thank you. I guess I'm gonna have to sit there, and eventually, guys, you might have to endure maybe a complete Guilty Gear Strive OST session. I don't know. It's such a unique experience. The first one really got me super intrigued. I'm really super hooked. Hey, Jake and Clint. Sorry, I'm not gonna say your name. Anyhow, good to drop. Thanks for coming by, dropping by and saying how's it. Yeah, the gang has had me here on Twitch now for a little over a year, so I'm still having the best time ever. So, welcome to the chat and dropping in and saying hey. So here we go. What's next? Oh, Double A. You know when Double A is coming into the house, this is what it's going to be. Hey, Double A, it's not that one that you were telling me about earlier, was it? Because I want to save that one for that's got to be the special. Hey, thanks for subscribing too, Jack and Nicolisa. Okay, yeah, we're gonna save that for a special stream. But right now we got Double A coming in with a band called Anomalie. It's an electric. The song genre is electric. So let's see what we got here. Métropole. It's live. Okay, guys, let's do this. Let's buckle in. Let's see what we got here. Are we ready? Let's everybody got a mahalo Double A for whatever experience this is going to be, because we know this is what it's going to be. An experience. Omnisphere. I'm loyal to that brand. Got a little bit of that Jason Collier vibe, yeah? Listen to the bass. Nice. Such an Omnisphere bass. You know if you know. God, the groove in this is so badass. That pad that follows the chord notes in the quarters, or the chord patterns in quarters. Oh, that nice. It's reproduced EP sound. I love that arpeggiation in the back. It's like a digi snarky puppy. Whip, whip, wah, wah. Love that sound. Do you hear the layering? He's got great layering on the melody on that part. Lisa. Wow.
Really, really good.
What did you say?
Liberace.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to take that.
Video game stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
It's great to get a little personality of the musicians afterwards. So apparently, probably lead instruments and stuff. What we watched him play was live playing, and he played to a track, obviously. Maybe that's what was being triggered. And maybe this was a thing for Omnisphere. It looks like it was a Spectrasonics channel that I'm looking at here. So wonderful, this performance. Like I said, it had the Jason Collier thing, or I'm not saying he sounded like or anything, but in that genre of those kind of incredibly talented composers and keyboardists and stuff. It's a joy for me to watch. But for me, the other thing is that I have been a ginormous fan of the Spectrasonics companies, because in the late 80s, I forgot the name of the guy who's the main creator of the Spectrasonic sounds and stuff like that, helped my uncle get samples, string samples and stuff for a major project that was going on. Personally was helping him because of he had, my uncle's friend was a big name friend that could make those kind of calls. Eric Pearson or something like that, I believe. He was the one who was more of the technical guy who got the sounds and did all that sort of stuff, the sample master of like Hollywood back in the day. And he customed a library for my uncle. And then, of course, I think he went on to be part of the Spectrasonics team or something like that. I don't know if I'm remembering correctly. But myself as a composer, there's no two ways about it. The RMX Spectrasonic, Omnisphere, Trilogy bundles for me is paramount. To this day, it's still a very paramount module to use. So if you guys are young composers, I'm not going to turn this into a commercial, but if you guys are young composers, you don't have the bundle, it's kind of expensive. It's, in comparative what you may get in other things, but it is so freaking worth it, to check in on that. So anyhow, yeah. Ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-doo. Does it, Lisa? I think that's what it is. Eric Pearson. Yeah, that's who it was. So, anyhow, fantabulous. Okay, Fash Demented. What we got to go in here, dude? Fash Demented's coming up. Oh, wait a minute. I just got a text. Uh-oh. No, I don't have to leave right this second. Stand by. Okay. 20 minutes. She says the GPS thing says she'll be here in 20 minutes. Let's go. Fash Demented wants a band called Ruby My Dear, electronic. And let's see what we got here. Gaviscon. Let's do this. Enjoy the ride, huh? All right, here we go, my brother. Let's go. Ooh, clever as Franks. Oh, Jesus. It's got a little Spangle vibe. Trippy. Fast cemented, I like that term, microcuts. But sometimes, excuse me, ooh, that Vegemite. Sorry. Sometimes you can't tell if those microcuts are actually the abrupt end of the program, of the patch. Some electronic blast beat. Fash, that was trippy. Now, I had said Spangle, and then somebody said that this artist was close to Igor. I'm a little confused for a second because I get to be. So Igor, Spangle, and this artist is Igor and Spangle one of the same, or is there a song from one of them called Spangle or Igor? I'm a little confused. Somebody straighten me out with that. Yeah, to me, once again, this is one of those things. Like I can remember when. Ooh, I had a little bit of a Vegemite hiccup there. I remember when I first, like, back in the days of MIDI, when you would have, like, you know, your DX7, your OB, your sequential circuits, your all kinds of stuff, and I'd set them up things, and I would percussively play them just to trigger the, you know, I'd stay in a key, but I percussively would play them. Those hard stops were as hard stop as you can digitally get. And percussively, I thought, well, that's pretty interesting. You know, didn't think it would ever become a genre or anything. But when I listen to this, I think, oh my God, the Roland 32, please. I think, and the D, well, yeah, no, because the D550s are the D50s and S50. No, that was a sampler. Anyhow, I digress. The percussive nature of a lot of that seems to me like it's like finding these really unique sounds and playing it percussively, you know, instead of like worrying about trimming hard stops, hard ends and stuff like that. You know, so that way you have a lot of room. And plus, once again, I've said this many, many times with these kind of pieces of music, they're so scalpeled sterile. What I mean is their tones are so tight that you have a lot of room to do multiple things that you may not necessarily have a lot of room with the same kind of approach in instrumentation and organic tones. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe I don't make sense. Maybe my brain's trying to say something and my mouth is not getting it out there. Maybe I still have a little bit of that Vegemite hangover. But yeah, that was super trippy. I know, Flash is sitting there going, oh, wow, wait until he hears it. Wah, ha, ha. All right, who's coming up next here? The kebab seller's back in. Let's say hi to the kebab seller. He's never here for our streams, but he'll see this on YouTube because he'll leave a comment on the YouTube. And so, kebab seller, thank you so much. He does his thing and he goes off. He's got to do what he's got to do, and he comes back and he'll, you know, so kebab seller, how's it? This is for you. This is a game called Planet Coaster. And so let's see what this is here. You'll know when it this one is called You'll Know When It Turns Invisible. Okay. Oh, I recognize the thumbnail. From what game is that, guys? Something like that. What's the name of the game before I started? Or the media? For those of you who know, because I didn't see it. Planet Coaster. Job opening. Drugs are bad. Okay. Counting 4 overdubs. Oh, I love that bass tone. Ooh. Very hypnotic. It does sound almost like a double bass by how quick the resonance settles. I love the upright piano vibe. Very nice, the way the arrangements are growing. Nice. The little trem strings doing its thing. Where in the game is this being played, this music? If anybody knows. What a great piece. I can't imagine, I guess you guys are saying that this is part of a sandbox game. I guess you're building an amusement park, is it? Or a roller coaster? It's so uncanny. You know, I could have never have dreamed when I was younger that there would be such a marriage between mediums of like visually doing, you know, playing a game and having just such well-crafted, well-produced, well-composed music. You know, whoops, by accident, I denied a comment. I clicked the wrong button, sorry. Something about a honky tonk, my bad. Anyhow, but it was an accident. I was clicking OK and my mouse went. The way that the care that's taken to pieces of music like this, also there's what's the other one where they emphasize a lot of acoustic guitar playing? Not not Outer Wilds. There's another one that really emphasizes this style of guitar and organic instrumentation. And I just sit back in amazement. I got no fancy words for it. I just sit back and I just go, it's just so stunning. You know, the marriage of the music and the imaging and the game and utilizing all of our senses, playing a game, doing things, being into something, but being serenaded. Is that the best way to put it? Being kind of serenaded, if you would, in whatever genre it is, just to keep you having fun and motivating. I've said this a million times, and I'm going to keep saying it too, which is, I think without a doubt, the video game world has broadened the exposure of phenomenal music from composers around the world to a much bigger audience, I think, now than any other medium in the world left. You know what I'm saying? Before it was radio and all that sort of stuff, and I think video games is probably one of the main reasons why so many younger people who play video games, at least, obviously, have such a broad, you know, palette, listening soundscape, whatever you want to call it, soundtrack of life. And I'll always say that. It's just mind-numbing, you know? I think because by virtue of the fact that you want to play a game, you may buy a game, I guess, that you may not like the soundtrack. You know, maybe it doesn't, you know, it doesn't jive with you. But I think there's such an incredible, that care of making sure that you're not misrepresenting, the soundtrack doesn't misrepresent the game. Could you imagine Doom music over this? You know what I'm saying? So the devs and the producers and stuff do a really, I'd say in 99% of the time that I've listened to anything here, it's just unbelievable job in making that pop off correctly and making it a great, memorable experience, you know, for the game player, you know, something like that. I don't know if I said that. Something like that. But I said it, so yes, like that. Baha Schmancher. You are up next. This is a band called Paradise Lost. My gosh, we're going full metal on the metal again. It says that this is metal. I think I've heard the band Paradise Lost. Let's go. Let's see what it is. Over the Madness from Baja Schmester and Baja Schmester so much. Always coming in here with the cup of coffee boosties. And let's go. All right. God, in the middle of nowhere, my mouse all of a sudden changes its sensitivity. It's still sensitive. All right, here we go. Listen to the bass. It's like going to dictate how gnarly this is going to get. Is that B? Drop B?
I'm always down there, rest assured.
I love the dissonance between the melody and that last chord. Let's see. That pad with the piano, badass. And the engineering on the kick. Back to, oh, that was good. Those whole note power chords, you know, just let it live. Very Hetfield for sure, but there's some of the production that kind of mirrors it as well. I love that. You can kind of hear the room tone on the hi-hat as well. I love that. Coming back in, that chugs, chug, chug. I love that hollowed out tone. It's like a mid pickup humbucker kind of vibe. love where the bass is rolling out in that tone. Oh, it's beautiful. This was a super sick track. Really, really, I was kind of airing out into the ambiance of some of the engineering and stuff. Alman was talking about the room tones and the drums. I already mentioned about the kick and everything, and just that ballsy sound of the bass. I guess it was tuned in C. I thought it was B, but I don't have perfect pitch. And also the reminiscence to the Metallica callback. As a matter of fact, even in the lead that we just heard about a minute ago, kind of reminded me a little bit of what's the lead guitar player for the Metallica band. Kind of felt that kind of, I don't know, you can feel, you know, when you can kind of feel that what the tension of the fingers are through the notes that are being played. Hammett, thank you. You know, through the tension that's being played, you can kind of feel what's going on with the hand. At least as a musician, as a guitar player, sometimes I can listen to somebody's vibrato and I can just feel what they've got, you know.